Yo, what is up? What is good? What is up, YouTube? I am back again for another review, and today it's gonna be on the highly anticipated Bluetile Nike SB, aka I think Monarch or something like that. I forgot the name, but I call it the Bluetile. So you should already know what it is by the title of the video, like I always say. But you know, enough of me spinning this box. You should already know what it is. Everybody's been waiting on these. I've been waiting on these since I first seen them, since they first leaked. I remember I first seen them leak on a YouTube video on one of Bluetile's reviews. He leaked a little sneak preview of these first, and ever since then I was like, yeah, those are pretty sick. And these have been having a little bit of a hype kind of behind them lately, what I've been seeing. And yeah, so these did release I guess early at my skate shop. Today is Monday. Today is the 4th. So these are supposed to drop on the 8th, which is Friday. But you know, he posted it. My shop posted that they were dropping today. You know, I didn't even want to ask questions. I was like, you know what? I'll see you there. So not only did I pick up my pair in my size, I also picked up a pair for one of my homies in his size. So doubled up. But this is my homie's pair. Shout out to my boy. But I got my own, of course. And these were pretty limited from what I was talking to my skate shop. They told me that they only had one pair per size. And of course, they only had size 8 through 13 available. Only one pair per size, so I mean, as always, I was only one there until one of my other boys showed up like 10 minutes after me. He got his pair, but I swooped the only 10.5s, which is my size. But yeah, let's get into it. Of course, on the on the tag, it says Nike SB Dunk Low Pro QS Quick Strike BT. So QSBT, so you could imagine that stands for, excuse me. You could imagine that stands for Bluetile. So yeah, see from my shot there, good times. It did sell for $135 plus tax. Yeah, so I seen that these were supposed to hit on sneakers app, but I didn't see anything. I looked on my app, I haven't seen anything on there, so I don't know, is it gonna be a shock drop? Are they releasing on there? Did they pull it or what? Let me know. But let's get into the shoe, of course. When you first open the shoe, I was greeted with the South Carolina flag. I believe that's their flag logo there, or crest, or whatever you call it, for their state flag. And you do have this pretty nice Bluetile, looks like a stained glass window type of deal all over. And you do have the Nike SB with the heart and that same design on the other side. And it is wrapped with the nice white tissue paper. And of course, you know, I did pick these up in hand, so I did look at them and stuff, but I haven't laced them up or anything. I haven't really messed with them at all. I just looked at them. But it's gonna be first look here. Boom, there it is right there. Let me pull it out. Get that one out. That's the first one. Pull out the second one. And I was actually surprised. I did get a bunch of stickers here. I wasn't expecting the stickers. At first I didn't see them until I pulled out my boy's pair. sent him a video, and I seen him, they were in his box, and I was like, wait, let me check mine. And I was like, oh cool, I got some stickers. But of course, I forgot to mention that it does come in the Quick Strike sale box, of course. Quick Strike. That there, put this here. I wanted to show I showed the tissue paper. So here is some of the stickers that I did receive. I got a square Bluetile. And what's cool is that these are like transparent too, so you know you can stick it on your glass or mirror or something, I don't know. So I got that one. I got a cool butterfly monarch Bluetile sticker too as well. So I get it in there. See that? Got that one. I got a heart Nike SB too as well. And then of course you get the same regular Nike SB sticker that comes with every pair. But let's get into the shoes, man. These definitely have a lot of details to go over, so the sooner the better. But let's first give it a nice toke. Man, these smell good. I swear, I feel like the shoes that have the translucent soles usually have a strong rip when you get that good smell, when you get that good brand new shoe. It's a nice smell, but that is the shoe there. Let me actually do this one here. Boom, that is the shoe. What are you guys thinking on the Nike SB Bluetile Monarch? This shoe is, for me in my opinion, is super dope in hand. I really like the details, the colors, all the different little things here and there. Let me actually untie this because I have to show some of the details as far as the little flaps here. But before I do that, pull that out, and then let me actually pull out the insoles here. Pull out the insoles real quick. Give me one moment. While I'm doing that, I want to take some time to thank those that's been following, that's been liking, that's been commenting and stuff, throwing me feedback. We got a lot of people that's been telling me that they like the content, and you know that's been keeping me going. So you know, I want to thank you guys that's been taking the time to comment, letting me know how you guys feel about it. You know, it's because of comments like that keeps me kind of motivated to keep this going. So, you know, I appreciate those that take the time. But back to the shoe. Yeah, you can see that. Let me start off with this one. You can see that, of course, it comes standard with the fuzzy black laces. These are, I guess, gonna be subjective to your liking if you want to rock with the fuzzy black laces. Honestly, they look kind of cool, and I guess you can kind of say these probably signify like maybe the antennas of a butterfly or the legs or something if they have fuzzy legs. But of course, one of the biggest details are the flaps on the shoe, which is pretty big because normally you don't get flaps on the low tops, usually only on the high tops. So being that we have a low top with flaps is really unique, and especially how it has the detail of the butterfly wings on there is pretty sick. Personally, I'm not gonna rock it with it open. I don't really like the look, but I do like the detail of how it looks with it open. It looks pretty cool. It's not just like, you know, plain black, you know, it gives it a good detail. And of course behind it does have that same metallic blue, almost like that I don't know how you call it, not really pearlescent, but it's like a metallic kind of insecty color, kind of like a poop fly Poop Fly Blue. But yeah, you can see you got that nice kind of shimmery blue on there, and you do get this kind of leather here on the black leather. Kind of reminds me almost, honestly, it might be kind of like a suede-ish. It's almost like a suede with like a super thin layer of like a texture. I guess I don't know, do butterflies have that texture on them? I guess they do. Yeah, you can kind of see when we get it up close on camera there. And one of the biggest details too is on that toe box. You can see it. You see instead of the regular lines, you know, the holes, it looks like a butterfly, which is kind of cool. Yeah, there's a lot of details on this shoe. I also really like that. You see that the Nike swoosh? It resembles like the eye of a butterfly, or like, you know, like for me, it looks like a dragonfly eye. See it? I'm trying to reach up across this table to get the angle on here. See that? And then on the back, you do have that blue. And of course, on the other shoe, it's going to say tile. So Bluetile on the rear, and then it has these little embroidered orange and yellowish embroidery things here, I guess, to kind of signify. I don't know if that's like on the monarchs. I don't know, to me that kind of looks like maybe the eggs they lay or something. I could be wrong. I don't really know much about butterflies. But of course, on that Nike SB tag, it's pretty wide than normal. Has a the wider tag, and then it does say "Love Bluetile," so kind of like a written note. Oh, and on the other one it says, "All the best, love Bluetile." So it's kind of like a little message there, which is pretty nice, pretty sick. And on the back, you have that same palm tree with that moon there. That is reminiscent of the South Carolina flag. And of course, on the back here, try to get it in there, does say "What is up," which is pretty cool. Always check that, and always usually check that little tag there and flip it up. On some shoes it has it, most shoes don't, but it's nice to see that there's that little hidden detail there. I always like details like that. So on the left shoe it says "What is up," and on the right shoe it says "Humanoids." And if you aren't familiar with Bluetile on his videos, that's how he starts off his videos. He says, "What is up, humanoids?" So if you didn't know where that came from, that's where that's from. And shout out to Bluetile. I like their videos. Videos are sick. Kind of one of my inspirations of doing these videos. You know, it's kind of my own little twist and take to it. You know, I enjoy it too. And of course, you do get the orange fuzzy lace, and you get that blue lace that kind of matches with that swoosh there. That looks like like a bug's eye. And then of course you have the translucent sole, and you have kind of like a gradient orange to blue, and it looks like, you know, little speckles in there of white, and you have that orange file on there. And they're both the same on both shoes. They look the same. Actually, no, they actually might be a little bit different on the speckles. I think the speckles might be a little bit different, but for the most part, it's pretty similar. And these do have that nice translucent sole, so they're pretty grippy, pretty potent on the smell. And let's see what else. So there's that. Let me show you guys the insoles. Let me fix this real quick. I'm gonna have to lace these up. Don't worry, be on the lookout on short. I usually upload shorts after doing like a lace up video. I do my little tricks and whatever. You know, check for that. I'm gonna do one of those. I'm gonna go through the different laces and stuff like that. But here are the insoles on the Bluetile, which on this one it says Bluetile. This one, so this is left. Left has Nike SB, right has the Bluetile, and which is pretty sick on the back of that little air unit. You do have that monarch butterfly with the hand there, which is pretty cool. And I guess the inspiration behind the whole butterfly theme is kind of like something about like migration, immigrating, people migrating. It's kind of ode to immigrants, is from what I heard on how Bluetile explained it. It's kind of like his ode to immigrants and to show his appreciation, and that's what the monarch stands for, is immigrating and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. I can dig the message. Pretty noble. Yeah, that is the Nike SB Bluetile. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I missed here. Everything seems to be good. There's the shoe. Actually, see how this one looks on cam. Not sure which one I'm going to use for my thumbnail, but yeah, kind of like this shit, dude. I don't know, kind of like using this one. But yeah, again, I want to say thanks for those been watching, stuff like that. You know, this is all your support's been, you know, helping out. Definitely, it's been helping my channel grow. You know, I'm hoping that, you know, my channel continues to grow, keeps doing, you know, keeps growing and producing. You know, I'm hoping I can keep producing content. Honestly, I'm not really sure what's the next drop. Like this one was a pretty big one. I know that the Bluetile was on a lot of people's list this year, and a lot of people are even contemplating this might be dunk of the year. It's be dunk of the year. So I mean, what do you guys think? Are you guys would you guys consider this a SB dunk of the year? What are your thoughts on this shoe? Are you guys picking it up? I know these are gonna drop on May 8th. I was very lucky to get these early. Honestly, don't know how, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. So yeah, man, let me know what you guys think on this shoe. Honestly, this one is a super sick one. Definitely on one of my top favorites for this year. My top favorite pickups. I can't think right now. Honestly, let me see. What is my favorite so far? Honestly, this one and the Deshaun's probably hard kind of toss up. I really like the Deshaun's. Deshaun is still on one of my top favorites for this year. But anyway, let me actually cut this short before it gets any longer, you know, because it takes forever to upload and edit and process and all that. But yeah, I want to thank you guys again for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. You know, that's keeping me going, honestly, because it is kind of hard nowadays, you know, with all this stuff. I live in California. Gas is $6 a gallon here, so you know, it's hard just getting around and buying all the shoes. You know, it's kind of hard trying to keep up with it. But honestly, there was the Muni SB, the Lightning, the yellow and blue pair. I was trying to get that one. I actually missed out on that one last week. I was trying to get that one. I was trying to order it. All the shops dropped it online, but they all sold out like instantly. So that one's been kind of hard for me to get. I'm gonna try to get that one next, hopefully. But as far as any shoes that are upcoming that are next, I'm not really sure. They haven't really said anything after these. And I've noticed they usually drop like 2 SVs a month, so I'm not sure what's the 2 that are coming out next month or what's coming out next month. But yeah, let me get this video cut short before it gets even longer. I'm already at 20 minutes. But again, I want to thank you guys for watching. You know, if you guys can, throw me a like, throw me a sub if you're not subscribed already. You know, throw me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. You know, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this right now. So I want to thank you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. See you later.